Shri Guru Charana Padma Kevala Bhakti Sadma Shri Guru Charana Padma Kevala Bhakti Sadma Pandamui Savadana Mate Pandamui Savadana Mate Jahara Prasade Bai He Bhavatoriya Jahara Prasade Bai He Bhavatoriya Krishna Prapti Hoya Hoite Krishna Prapti Hoya Hoite Guru Mukha Padma Vakya Chitte Te Koriya Rakya Guru Mukha Padma Vakya Chitte Te Koriya Rakya Harana Kariya Mane Asa Harana Kariya Mane Asa Shri Guru Charane Rati Aise Uttama Gati Shri Guru Charane Rati Aise Uttama Gati Ye Prasade Pure Sava Hasa Ye Prasade Pure Sava Hasa Kudano Dilo Ye Jame Jame Prabhu Se Chakudano Dilo Ye Jame Jame Prabhu Se Divya Jnana Hare Prakasita Divya Jnana Hare Prakasita Prema Bhakti Yaite Avidya Vinastayate Prema Bhakti Yaite Avidya Vinastayate Vedagaya Racha Hita Vedagaya Racha Hita Guru Karuna Sindhu Paramajana Rabandhu Shri Guru Karuna Sindhu Paramajana Rabandhu Lakana Lokera Ha Prabhu Karadaya Dayamare Padachaya Hey Vyasgasa Bhuvana Hey Vyasgasa Bhuvana Srila Prabhupada Patita Pavana Srila Prabhupada Patita Pavana Sri Padalola Sarana Jai Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Prabhupada. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Pristaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nivesesha Sunyavadi Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Go Premanandi. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Go, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Go permanently, Janatai. Go permanently. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Yasamati Nandana Prajabalanagara Gokula Ranjana Kana Yasamati Nandana Prajabalanagara Gokula Ranjana Kana Nandana Prajabalana Gopi Paranadana Madana Manohara Gopi Paranadana Madana Manohara Madana Madana Kali Adamana Vidana Kali Adamana Vidana Amalarina Mamaya Vilasa Amalarina Mamaya Vilasa Vipina Purandara Navinana Garavara Vamsivadana Subhasa Vipina Purandara Navinana Garavara Vamsivadana Subhasa Vajjana Palana Sirakulana Shana Vajjana Palana Sirakulana Shana Nanda Gadana Rakayala Nanda Gadana Rakayala Govinda Madhava Navinita Thakara Hey, Pami Govinda Madhava Navinita Thakara Govinda Madhava Navinita Thakara Sundarananda Gopala Sundarananda Gopala Yamuna Tatachara Gopi Vasanahara Rasarasika Kipa Daya Yamuna Tatachara Gopi Vasanahara Rasarasika Kipa Daya Shri Radha Vallabha Vrindavana Natavara Shri Radha Vallabha Vrindavana Natavara Bhakti Vinoda Shaya Bhakti Vinoda Shaya Govinda Madhava Vrindavana Yamuna Tatachara Gopi Vasanahara Radha Bala Vrindavana Natavara Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram Ram Hare Hare Nittai Gauranga Nittai Gauranga Rasachinandana Gaura Hare Nittai Gauranga Nittai Gauranga Nittai Gauranga Nittai Gauranga Jai Sachinandana Jai Sachinandana Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Jai Radhe Shyam, Radhe Shyam. Jai Radhe Shyam, Radhe Shyam. Jaya Krishna Balaram, Jaya Krishna Balaram. Jaya Krishna Balaram, Krishna Balaram. Jaya Goranitai, Goranitai. Jaya Goranitai, Goranitai. Prabhupada, 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 Prabhupada. Go permanent. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Prabhupada. Nittai Go Haribo, 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 Haribo. Go permanently. Radhe Shyam ki jai. Shri Krishna Balaram ki jai. Jai Om Vishnu Pad Paramahansa Purusharya Stosis Simas Divine Grace Divine Charan Arvind Bhaktivedanta Swami Shri Hare ki. ISKCON Jai Om Vishnu Pad Paramahansa Purusharya Stosis Simas Shri Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur ki jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki. Namachar Shri Haridas Thakur ki. Prem Shri Guru Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadha Shri Vasari Gaura Bhaktivinoda ki. Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopinath Shama Kunda Radha Krishna Guru Govardhan ki. Shri Vrindavan Dham ki. Shri Navadvip Mayapur Dham ki. Ganga Maya ki. Sharuna Maya ki. Tulsi Maharani ki. Bhakti Devi ki. Shri Shri Radhe Shyam ki. Shri Krishna Balaram ki. Shri Shri Gauranitai ki. Samaveda Bhaktivinoda ki. Go Premanandi. All glories to the summer devotees. All glories to the summer devotees. All glories to the summer devotees. All glories to Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga.
Hare Krishna. So this is a reading from a room conversation in 1976 with Srila Prabhupada. He said, "This, our book distribution, is the most important task in our society. Therefore, I am giving so much stress and I am working so hard on this because this is my life and soul according to the order of my Guru Maharaj. And by his grace, it is to some extent successful. And I took it seriously. I take it seriously still now. That is my life and soul. I never tried in India to construct big temples, or even in your country we didn't. I never tried, but I was selling personally books. That is the history." Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So you all can take part in this wonderful service, and please, His Divine Grace, distribute books or help the temple distribute more books by making a contribution, and we'll put that in our book fund, and then we can distribute more books throughout the year. So there isn't anybody who can't participate in some way. Even the little children at the Gurukul are going out every day distributing books this whole week. Each day they're gone out, and they've, of course they charm everyone that they see, and they're doing very, very nicely. Just trying to take that baby, Vishrambar, you better watch out. Okay, Harinam is Friday down at University and 13th Street. And this is a lot of people out on the roads right now, so this is a great time to come out and chant the holy names. Wednesday, again, that's New Year's Eve, we will have a Harinam at 11 a.m. on Newberry Road at the end of the Oaks Mall by Books A Million. We'll be right out there at the traffic light. Cars are streaming in and streaming out of the mall, and so we will be there to give them the holy names. Just a reminder, if you yourself are doing last-minute Christmas shopping, Govinda's Gifts can be open for you any time of the day. Just call the office, we'll open it. And we have lots of fantastic things that you can give to your friends and family for gifts. And don't forget Yamuna's new biography, Unalloyed, A Life of Devotion. That is the most wonderful book. It's a great gift for someone. So we have it at the gift shop. Also, there is a 24-hour Kirtan in Atlanta this weekend, and Dravanaksha Prabhu is taking a bus. There are 2 spaces open on his bus. They're only $57 a seat. They leave Friday, 6:30 p.m. sharp, and return early Monday morning, if that's something you'd like to do this weekend. All right, here are the devotees who assisted their spiritual master dressing the deities today. Shishi Radha Sham Sundar Nanda Prabhu, Chota Radha Sham Sundar Leela Prabhu, Shri Krishna Balaram, Devaki Prabhu, Chota Krishna Balaram, Guru Prasad Prabhu, Shri Gaur Nitai, Astasaki Prabhu, Chota Gaur Nitai, Ekadasi Vrata Prabhu, Gurs and Lord Nishingadev, Avaduta Nitai Prabhu. And Gaura Bhagavan is giving class today. Haribol. Did I say your name wrong?
No, the second time you said like Guru and
it's Gaura. Oh, yeah, okay, that's why I corrected myself. Sorry about that.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Yashodanandana Prajajana Ranjana Yashodanandana Prajajana Ranjana Jamunathira Vanachari Jamunathira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivara Dhari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivara Dhari Yashodanandana Vrajajana Ranjana Yashodanandana Vrajajana Ranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Vishnupad Paramahamsa Parivrajikacharya Ashtotra Shratashishima Shilaisi Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai Taranjara Srimad Bhagavatam Ki Jai Samavete Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai Jai Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bol. So Srimad Bhagavatam translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. We are reading from the 10th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, chapter 57, text is it 5 through 10? Is that written? Evam? Yeah, 5 through 10, okay. So we'll read text number 5, it is on the screen together. Evam Bhinnamatis Tabhyam Evam Bhinnamatis Tabhyam Evam Bhinnamatis Tabhyam Satrachitam Asattamaha Satrachitam Asattamaha Satrachitam Asattamaha Shayanam Avadhilophat Shayanam Avadhilophat Sa Papa Kshina jivita sapapakshina jivitaha sapapakshina jivitaha evam bhinnamatishtabhyam satrachitam ashattamaha shayanam avatilobhad sapapakshina jivitaha evam bhinnamatishtabhyam satrachitam asattamaha shayanam avadhilobhad sapapakshina jivitaha Ladies? Evam, thus, bhinna, affected, mati, whose mind, tabhyam, by the two of them, satrachitam, satrachit, asattamaha, the most wicked, shayanam, sleeping, avadhit, killed, lobhat, out of greed, saha, he, papa, sinful, kshina, diminished, jivita, whose lifespan. Translation: his mind thus influenced by their advice, wicked Shatadhanva murdered Satrajit in his sleep, simply out of greed. In this way, the sinful Shatadhanva shortened his own lifespan. Purport. According to Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti, the word asattama indicates that Shatadhanva was basically evil-minded and a firm hater of Satrajit. So we read text 6 through 10, according to what I was told. Text 6, Strinam Samamshaka Kshanantinam Anatavat Hatva Pashun Shaunikavan manim adaya jakmivan. Translation. As the women of Satyajit's palace screamed and helplessly wept, Satyadhanva took the jewel and left, like a butcher after he has killed some animals. Text 7. Satyabhama cha pitaram hadam veksha shucharpita vyapala tatathateti hahatasmiti muhyati. When Satyabhama saw her dead father, she was plunged into grief, lamenting, my father, oh, I am killed." She fell unconscious. Purport. According to Srila Jiva Goswami, Satyabhama's anguished feelings and words at the death of her father were prompted by Lord Krishna's pastime, potency, Leela Shakti, to prepare for the Lord's violent reaction against Shatadhanva. Text 8. Taila dronyam ritam prasya jagama jagadhashvayam krishnaya viditarthaya tapta chakyo bhiturvadham. Translation. Queen Satyabhama put her father's corpse in a large vat of oil and went to Hastinapura, where she sorrowfully told Lord Krishna, who was already aware of the situation, about her father's murder. Text 9. Tat akarnyeshvarau rajan anushritya nrilokatham aho naf paramam kasham itya raksho jive patu. Translation. When Lord Krishna and Lord Balarama heard this news, O king, they exclaimed, "Alas, this is the greatest tragedy for us." Thus, imitating the ways of human society, they lamented, their eyes brimming with tears. Text 10. Akatya bhagavam stasmat sabharya chakrapuram shatadhanva namarebhe hantum hartum manim tata. The Supreme Lord returned to his capital with his wife and elder brother. After arriving in Dwaraka, he readied himself to kill Shatadhanva and retrieve the jewel from him. Om Jnana Timirantasya Jnanan Jana Shalakaya Chakshur Unmritam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Gadamahyam Dadati Svapadantikam. Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Yuta Padakamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Sri Rupam Sakrajatam Sahakana Rakunatanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvetam Savadhutam Parichana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahakana Lalita Sri Vishakhanvitamscha. He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dina Bandho Jagatpade Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpa Tarupyascha Kripa Sindhu Pya Evacha Padithanam Pavanepyo Vaishnavepyo Namo Namaha. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Mukham karoti vachalam pankum langhayate kirim yatkripatam Muhammade Shri Gurum Dinataranam. So I'll read the first, the fifth verse again. Evam bhinna matistabhyam satrachitam asattamaha sayanam avadhil lobhad sapapa kshina. Translation. His mind thus influenced by their advice, wicked Shatadhanva murdered Satrajit in his sleep simply out of greed. In this way, the sinful Shatadhanva shortened his own lifespan. So, just to refresh our memory. So when you say his mind was thus influenced by their advice, so when there means Akrura and Kritavarma, they had this meeting with Shatatanva plotting to take the jewel back from Satrajit for Krishna. So this is a very, I think in the beginning of the Krishna book, it's explained to be a very mysterious pastime. It's very dramatic. There's a lot of intrigue, and there is a murder, and Krishna takes a vengeance, and there is a lot of blessing associated with hearing this pastime. What I wanted to focus what I want to make the theme of this class was this reference to Leela Shakti, because Satyabhama and Krishna, they are both, the internal the Lord, Supreme Lord, and his internal potency, but they are manifesting these, you could call them mundane feelings, but they're not mundane, but apparently mundane feelings. As mentioned, referred to in this verse, Krishna, he is imitating the ways of human society. They lamented, their eyes brimming with tears. So Krishna and Satyabhama and Balaram, they appear to be imitating the ways of human society by showing emotions at the the ghastly death of their father and father-in-law. And so this is the pastimes. The principle of Krishna's pastime is this, that Krishna, he is sarvagya, he is all-knowing, he's all omniscient, like we is the word we use. But for his pastimes, he doesn't appear to be omniscient, or he doesn't appear to be all-powerful. He has to actually be told that something has taken place. He has to make an effort to do something. He is Satya Sankalpa. So if he really wanted Satrajit dead, he would have just wished it, and Satrajit would have died, in one way or another. But Krishna had to take the effort of coming back to Dwaraka and equipping himself with his weapons and chasing after Satrajit and killing him. But this is, some of these pastimes of Krishna, they may appear to be like dramatic or tragic, but essentially the essential mood is actually bliss. Krishna is actually enjoying doing these things. It is his lila. It is his. It's kind of like his, the drama he is. If you ever participated in a drama, it doesn't matter how tragic the drama is. It's a lot of fun actually. So it's kind of like that. Krishna's pastimes are he is said to be the like the Mahakarta, or the greatest actor. So actor can mean the doer, can also mean the performer. The actor, the one who performs. So this is how we should view these pastimes. And there is another pastime. When I was reading this, preparing for this class, and I was seeing this reference to Leela Shakti, and I started thinking of a pastime that of Krishna's marrying Nagnajiti or Satya, and it just so happens to be the very next chapter after this chapter where that pastime is explained, and I find it so it's one of my favorite pastimes because it demonstrates this point of how Krishna takes this role of being like limited, although he is unlimited. So after Krishna married Mitravinda, then he heard about this princess, Satya or Nagnajiti, who was the daughter of King Nagnajit, therefore hence her name Laknachiti. And she was a very qualified princess, very beautiful and very desirable by the princely class, and thus a lot of princes wanted to accept her as their wife. But being a very qualified princess, it's the customary in such cases that the princesses are either they choose their own husband, or even more so, there's a certain kind of trial that the prince has to endure, or a certain test the prince has to pass in order to show that he is fit to be that princess's husband. Just like Draupadi, the fish that Arjuna had to pierce the eye of the fish by looking at the reflection of water on the floor. He had to be able to figure out where that little eye of the fish in the ceiling, I think it was like a rotating at the same time. So it was really hard. So it wasn't Krishna, it was Arjuna, Arjuna, he managed to do that. The only one who came close was Karna. I mean, he was insulted before he took the shot, so that may have impaired his ability a little bit. But he did reach the fish, but he didn't exactly pierce the eye. So anyway, so Krishna, he hears about this princess, and he becomes very eager to get her hand. And I just thought of it. If he was the Supreme Lord, he could have just appeared, in the kingdom of the king. But he took the endeavor. He got his army together, and he got on his chariot, and he traveled the whole distance from Dwaraka to the kingdom of Nagnajit. And when he got there, the king was very happy to see Krishna. He was like the devotee of Krishna, actually. So he received Krishna with very great respect and honor, and I found this very cute. So Krishna, he reciprocated by bowing down to the king, because that's what you do to a father-in-law. So Krishna wasn't yet his son-in-law, but he was kind of hopeful that he's my father-in-law. So he was already like, getting in the role of being his son-in-law. And then they have this discussion. So about the princess. So what the situation was this: that the king had made a very difficult test. He had raised these 7 bulls that were extremely powerful. I mean, they were not ordinary bulls; they were extremely powerful. And anyone who wanted to be the future husband of his daughter, he had to subdue those bulls by himself. And it is said that those bulls, they couldn't even tolerate the smell of a prince. I mean, you may think that a bull, you have to, what do you call it? Make them angry, or agitate them in some way to make them angry. But just the smell of a prince was enough to make them furious. That was enough to make the bulls furious. So it wasn't a very, I mean, you may, when you see an animal, you may go up there and try to pat it and and quickly wrestle it down or something. It wasn't anything like that. As soon as the prince got there, the bulls were already furious. Ready to attack the prince. So none of the princes succeeded. Many of them broke their bones in the process, and so that was the setting. And the king offers prayers to Krishna, and then Krishna, he kind of responds saying that Kshatriyas usually don't ask for anything in charity. That's below their statutes. That's not against the dharma. But I'm making an exception here. I am actually asking for your daughter's hand, and also know that in my in my family tradition, we do not give any. We don't give anything in exchange for our princesses. So he was indicating that he didn't want to. He was trying to avoid He was trying to avoid the test that the king had put up. And the king, he actually wanted Krishna to manifest his prowess, and he actually, very respectfully said, I have imposed this test on everybody, and why, so this is the test I have put up, and I want everyone to, I'm not gonna, back down from that condition. So then Krishna, all right, he tightened his belt like he usually does when he has to do something heroic, and he very easily he divided himself into 7 Krishnas, and each Krishna he grabbed each bull by its nose and wrestled the bull down and brought it under control. And Prabhupada explains, so this is the time when Krishna suddenly manifests his omnipotence, his great prowess. So first he is acting as limited, but when it was required, that for this particular task, Krishna actually needed to be more than just human. He needed to be, extraordinarily powerful. So he manifested 7 forms, and like a plaything, dealing with the bulls like a plaything, he subdued him. But Prabhupada also explains that the reason he did that was that Satya, she was not the first queen of Krishna. She was not member 3 or 4 or 5. I don't know. I forgot to count. But so she may have been worried that Krishna is accepting me as his wife, but how much time will I have? How much time every day will I actually see him? How often will I see Krishna? He has so many other queens. Rukmini is the principal queen, and Satyabhama is his favorite, or whatever. She may be thinking of those things. So maybe I get to see him like once in a while, But Krishna, being, this is Krishna, that he is, he's Bhaktavatsala, he's very affectionate to his devotees, and he's very sensitive to their smallest desire. So he, detecting this desire of hers, he could have probably, he could have probably done it in one form, could have done one bull at a time. Krishna is all powerful, he can do that. But he did it in this style, 7 Krishnas, and so in this way, he gave assurance. He of course amazed his father-in-law and everyone watching, but he also gave assurance to his future queen that he has the ability to be with her alone exclusively. So the king was very happy, very pleased, and the wedding was performed, and he gave this enormous dowry. I forgot it was like, if you see all the different list of dowries in the Bhagavatam, this is one of the top 3 at least. So he gave I think he gave 1 million manservants and 9,000 elephants and chariots and all that. And on the way home, when Krishna was taking the princess home, all the princes that were frustrated, that didn't succeed in getting the hand of the princess, they attacked the procession. And Krishna, he also could have, just whisked his hand, and some wind would have blown him into somewhere beyond the horizon. But he actually didn't do anything, because Arjuna, as his friend, was accompanying him, so he took this on his service, and he drove them all away without killing even one of them. So this is Krishna's pastime. Krishna, he acts in this way. He acts as limited in his knowledge or in his ability, just to enjoy the pastime. Otherwise, it's not much fun being all-powerful if everything, if you don't have to endeavor for anything, everything just happens when you want it. And so Krishna, he similarly, for his own happiness and also for the pleasure of his devotees, he endeavors for things. And another point that Prabhupada makes about in this connection is that Satyabhama, she was not Satyabhama, Satya. Their names begin with the same, same 2 syllables, Satya. So Satya, she was also praying to Krishna that I am, she had been performing fasting and austerities for getting her chosen husband, and her chosen husband was Krishna actually. So she was really hoping that Krishna would accept her, but if you consider things from the point of tattva, that Krishna is the Supreme Lord, He is all powerful, He is the source of everything, and we are extremely insignificant, we are extremely small, we are Anu, and Krishna is Vibhu. So what is our position in pleasing Him, or even in pleasing Krishna, even in doing anything that pleases Him, because we are so small. So, but actually the knowledge of that position is actually what makes Krishna pleased, because Krishna becomes pleased, just like a mother is attracted to the child's helplessness, its smallness. So Krishna, being the greatest, He's attracted to our smallness. But when we think we are not small, we think we are God, or we are great, or we are so like doing such pleasing service to Krishna, then Krishna may not be so pleased. But when we actually know we are our insignificance, and in this case, Nagnajiti, maybe I should switch to the other name. Nagnajiti, she was aware of her position, and she said that I can only please you by your mercy. So when Krishna is pleased or merciful, he chooses to be pleased when he, out of his own mercy. So we in the Kali Yuga, we are not very qualified. This is maybe an understatement, but we are very unqualified. So our endeavors are covered by a lot of faults, and so our whatever service we are doing is perhaps in Krishna's eyes is like a child, attempting to do something, very complicated, very, very difficult, and doing it very imperfectly. But like a child, because it's a child, you will, still be pleased by its endeavor to do something. So our mentality, our attitude in doing our service is this: that Krishna, I cannot please you by anything, but just please be. But I am trying. I am the most rotten. I'm the most fallen. But I am, like Prabhupada explained about how to worship the deity, that Krishna, I'm the most rotten. I'm the most fallen. But I've brought this thing for you. Please accept it. So by this, by cultivating this mentality of humility and as a servant of the spiritual master and his devotees, then Krishna may be pleased to reveal to us his pastimes. So his pastimes are in his holy name. And so if we chant the holy name in this mood, then the holy name may reveal himself to us. He is Krishna, so the holy name is Krishna. So his form and his pastimes and his qualities are all in his holy name. But although they are there, they don't reveal themselves unless Krishna is pleased, unless they want to be revealed. So this is why this point of attitude is very, very important. We should never think that we ever kind of God made it there. Okay, now I have the perfect attitude. But no, we always have to refine that attitude. Even if we have the right understanding or the right attitude, we have to keep refining it and keep refining it. Keep Krishna, spiritual life is not static. It's an ecstatic, or it's always in motion. It's always moving. It's always Krishna's pastimes are always expanding. So even our purification, even our attitude, always has to be deepening and expanding to kind of catch up with Krishna's mercy. Does anyone have a question or comments, discussions on this? Yes, Prabhu. Oh yeah, this was. In my reading of Krishna book, she wanted to preserve his body, because usually what happens is that when someone, according to the Vedic culture, you should cremate the body by sunset. So if you die in the morning by sunset or something like that, your body should be cremated. So this appeared to be like a murder scene. You know, when someone is murdered, then they preserve the murder scene untouched so that someone can come and investigate. So it appeared like, so that's just one theory. One theory is that she had to go and get Krishna and couldn't do the cremation until she got back. Another other thing was that she wanted to preserve the body so that, you know, the evidence wouldn't be destroyed, that he was killed, you know. That was, yes, Prabhuji.
I was just reading this, and I think in Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur's commentary, I think he also says another theory is that she may have thought that Krishna might bring him back to life.
Okay.
And, you know, although, of course, this was all part of the Leela, because actually none of them like Satyajit at all. But, you know, that was also mentioned.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, Satyajit is an interesting case. It's kind of like his karma, because he didn't give jewel to Krishna, so he got his punished being dead. And that's actually a good point. You know, nothing good comes from, you know, going against Krishna's desires. So anyway, so it was meant to be that he should stay dead. You know. Yeah. Hare Krishna.
Yeah, with this oil thing, usually it's a Vedic way of preserving someone. Like when Maharaj Dashrath died, they put him in oil until they were trying to get, I think, Bharat coming back from the grandparents or whatever. So sometimes you do that to preserve the body. It keeps it almost perfect.
Okay.
You know? Like that. I have a question. So Krishna is to perform the Leela, then he is, in one sense, he's bewildering to the demons and to the devotees. You know, they're both bewildered by his play. You know, I mean, how is this different? How the bewildering of the demon different from the bewildering of the devotee?
Good question. I'll see if I can answer. So the demons are, it's kind of different, because the demons, they don't accept Krishna as God. Even if they know he's God, they don't really. He like Kamsa. I think he knew Vishnu was supreme, but he not Kamsa. I mean, these great demons like Hiranyakashipu. You know, he's a great philosopher actually. So, but they accept Krishna. Okay, he's God, but he can kill him. So it's kind of this. They're like schizophrenic. You know, they think God is, you know, all powerful, but they think I can still kill him. You know, so demons generally, when they see Krishna acting human, they think he is human, and he's just, you know, he's impotent. They make him. It makes them disrespect him even more. Like Krishna, he that one time he walked away from the battlefield from Jarasandha after defeating him 18 times and leaving him even without his chariot. So he had to walk back home to his kingdom. At one time he didn't fight with him, just walked away. And Jarasandha said, you are useless, you are just coward, you can't even, I won't fight with you because you're such a coward. You know, I mean, demons this is how they act when Krishna acts human. But devotees, they like like Kunti was bewildered. He's saying that Yashoda used to tie you up as a child, you know, and these pastimes are bewildering to me because you are the Supreme Lord. So she's bewildered, but it also makes her fall in love with Krishna more. So I guess the effect of Krishna's human behavior is kind of the opposite. So the demons, they hate him more or despise him more, look down on him more, and the devotees love Krishna more. So it's kind of, so that's why Krishna's pastimes are so pleasing, because he to devotees. Because he acts very human, but he isn't human at the same time. He's acting, and the demons are, like in Bhagavad Gita, it says that they run here and there when they hear his glories, his holy name. They run here and there and they're disturbed. Why are you talking about Krishna? like Shishupal, why are they glorifying him, and he, so that's, I guess that's the effect, the difference. Any other? Yes, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. So, just coming back to Satyajit's body being preserved, Sridhar Swami explained that because Satyajit had no son, then the body was preserved so that Krishna can come back, being the son-in-law, to perform the Shraddha ceremony. So that was explaining that.
That's what I guessed. Also, I was thinking the same. Yeah. Thank you. Yes, he only had a daughter, Satyat Bhama. So, yeah. Thank you. Yes, Prabhuji.
So this question has been in my mind for a long time.
Okay.
And I've asked it before.
You asked it before?
Not you, but somebody else.
Okay.
So I just want to see your answer. So, if Krishna needs to forget that he is God to be able to enjoy, then the fact that he is God and he knows that he has to forget, otherwise he can't enjoy, that's what I seem to gather from your lecture. Then how is that satisfying? If my enjoyment is only when I'm on a stage, which is all false anyway, I can only enjoy if I'm an actor, not with the real me, then how is that satisfying?
How is that satisfying?
The corollary to this is that I find that when Krishna enjoys with himself, like when he enjoys with Srimati Radharani, or Chaitanya Mahaprabhu enjoys with Advaita Acharya in pastimes, that seems like equals are enjoying, so they don't have to forget who they are. Advaita Acharya doesn't forget, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu doesn't forget, and it's very relishable, because they each know who they are and they are acting. So there is the knowledge that they are God, both gods. But this is something I don't understand. Maybe.
Yeah, it's, of course, we are, it's not a natural, we don't understand Krishna's inner experiences. He's God and we are like here, down here. So that's one thing is that I have an answer that I want to say, but just before I say that, it's just from my limited position, I will give that answer. But as what I understand is that Krishna, like one time, Bhakti Vijayapurna Swami, I was talking about how there was this girl from a very cultural background, and she was in a temple with so many other women, Western women who are very they had this a different mood, not that so submissive kind of mood. So and with this woman, she managed to get all the men to do everything for her. Not because they were attracted to her, just because she would always approach them. Oh, Prabhuji, can you, for herself, she would never go anywhere by herself. She would never walk from a temple to across the street without someone taking her there. So he'd ask me, Prabhuji, can you take me there? Like that. And the women were saying, we are all trying to, catch somebody or like attract a man. And we are trying to have the men do something for us, but they don't do anything, nothing is working, but you are like, you are, but they do everything for you. What. So I was telling this to Bhakti Vijayapurna Maharaj, and he said to me, why does Krishna, behave one way with Radharani and one way with Subal, So his point was that because Radharani approaches Krishna, she approaches Krishna with, as his lover, and Subal approaches Krishna as his friend. So Krishna is just like bound to reciprocate. He's just bound to reciprocate according to their mood. So my explanation is I think it's a little more natural than just him planning. Okay, this Lila Shakti come and bewilder me so I can enjoy. It's more like when he is in front of these devotees, their devotion is so great, we can't even begin to understand, and we can even never be on their platform. We can only be the servant of the servant. That's our position. We are eternally the servant of the servant, the assistants of those devotees. That's our eternal position, because we have never come to their level. They're basically on the same level of Krishna. Prabhupada explains like that. But we can, of course, we are not left out. By serving their ecstasy, we actually experience even a higher ecstasy by being, by serving their ecstasy, their service. But so what happens with Krishna is that when he is approached by these devotees, he just becomes overwhelmed by their love and his reciprocal love. Just like I was talking about the child, a small child, if you're a parent with a small child, sometimes it just overwhelms you by its cuteness or by being, by its own behavior. By you reciprocate with the child naturally. The emotion is drawn out of you. So that's basically the way I like to see it is those emotions are drawn out of him, and that's how he is. He just forgets everything because of their love of those devotees. So I think that's it. Like it's a natural thing. It's not like it's not some like some project management thing. It's like Hare Krishna. I hope this helped you in some way. Yes, Prabhuji.
I like that answer very much. I was going to offer a different way of looking at it, but I think I liked yours better. How Krishna just reciprocates with the love of his devotees, and so naturally he's playing whatever that part is, just out of that affection. I think that's a really nice way of looking at it. I was going to say another thing. This is a way that I actually heard Hridayananda Maharaj explain this once. He said it's kind of like if you're in a movie theater, and you're watching a play, and you're totally absorbed in it. And you're just completely involved in that. And if the person next to you, nudges you and says, well, this is just a movie. Well, yeah. I say, these are just actors. Well, yeah. And you know who you are. Well, of course I do. And finally you say, will you be quiet? You're ruining the movie. It's, in other words, yes, Krishna knows who he is, and he's aware of everything. But at the same time, it's like that enjoyment is in the absorption, of the play or the movie or whatever it is. But I liked also that idea of how it's reciprocation with the love of his devotees that brings it out.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. You have a question? No. Okay. Any other? Okay. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Krishna Bhagavan ki jai.